Brookelynne and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be my everyday quick makeup look. This look is quite simple, quite put together. It's perfect for going straight out the door if you have somewhere to go but you're in a rush like me most days. So it's quite elegant. It's drugstore friendly, so if you're on a budget you can find these products and afford them really easily. And it's glowy, so if you're over a certain age and you hate wearing matte makeup, you will love this look. And it's just a bit of everything thrown in. You can adapt this look however you see fit, whether you want to add more coverage, less coverage, different colours for your colouring, you've got it. So we want to see how to get this look. Just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm starting out with a clean moisturised face. I did do moisturiser and SPF before my tan earlier on today, but because it is later on, I put some more extra moisturiser on just to give myself a good hydration boost. So for everyday quick run out the door makeup looks, I use a tinted moisturiser or bronzing drops, or what I do usually is mix glow drops and bronzing drops together depending on my fake tan. Like I said, I just applied my fake tan earlier on today, so it is developing, so it isn't as dark as what it would be if it's fully developed, if that makes sense. So instead of just going in with the e.l.f. bronzing drops, I'm going to be mixing them with my Revolution glow drops, just these two products. The bronzing drops are in copper gold, and these glow drops, I'm not sure if they actually have a name to them. Bright light, I think they are. Bright light. Yeah, pretty much glow drops. So I'm just going to shake up each product. It looks weird doing that, doesn't it? Just going to shake up each product. I put some at the back of my hand. So about, let me see, that much of the bronzing drops. These look scurry dark. I cannot believe last year I used to put these on my face with nothing mixed in, just this, and I wondered why in videos from last year and photos from last year I looked completely like ridiculous. It's because these are too dark for my skin. And I thought I was big girl here thinking I could be fine. Bit of bronzer doesn't know any harm. Bit too much love. So nowadays when I'm wearing these, I mix them. Sometimes I like to kind of use them on their own, but for this time I'm going to mix them in. So I'm using the glow drops, and these are hard to both of them are hard to squeeze out. Take a bit of work. So about that much of the glow drops. You can tell I'm hyper here. So I'm just going to mix them at the back of my hand. Getting some Snapchat notifications. Wonder who that is. Probably my friend. So they're mixed at the back of my hand like that. Looks still too dark for my skin. Oh my goodness. I started out so serious in this video, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be hyper. I'm hyper. But in one of them funny moods, so I'm just gonna roll with it. The professionalism is going out the window, but I'm just dolloping this onto my face like that. I look like a 5-year-old doing makeup, but hey ho, just dollop it on my face. And I'm going to be using these Makeup Gallery from Pound and beauty sponges. You get these in a 2-pack. These are absolutely amazing for foundation, for concealer, for cream bronzer, for bronzer drops, everything. So I'm just going to bounce them in like you normally do with any type of foundation. Just bounce it in. Go for it, girl. Because that's what we do. We have to just be a bit silly. So making sure just to get every little area of my face, because there's nothing worse than patchy makeup in my opinion. You're putting the effort into putting these makeup on, or this makeup on, you might as well make sure it's right, because yeah, no one wants patchy face. No one wants to look like the makeup shit. So yeah, that's all blended in. I've still got some at the back of my hand. I'm just going to take the sponge, dab on any areas and just give me a wee extra coat. Applying this base with a sponge, even though it's not a proper foundation base, but it is like a glowy base. People have been using these as foundations and tinted moisturizers and stuff. So it kind of is a base. But applying this with the beauty sponge really ensures an even coverage on your face. Like, I prefer the finish of this, applying it with this, than my fingers, because I get more of an even finish on the sponge. Hopefully that's not showing up. It is a little bit patchy there, but if I blend it in, but it's more even with the sponge. Probably look like I don't have even, like it's not even. It's probably just showing me up, but it looks on my on my end, it looks fairly even, but maybe on your end it has a different story. But hopefully my end is correct. But yeah, once I've applied this, and normally it takes me a lot quicker to apply my makeup because I'm talking you through this tutorial, which I don't normally do because you probably figured out the reason why by this point. I kind of tend to do a voiceover if I'm going to talk for a tutorial, not just do it as I'm going, because I just tend to ramble and skip over my words and everything, so that's why. But yeah, I love the finish that these give me. The glow is there. So concealer wise, because I don't have any kind of coverage in that base, it's just more of a light tinted moisturizer vibe, glowy, you know what I mean, glowy tinted moisturizer type of vibe. I'm going to be using a full face of concealer pretty much. So I'm using, for the under eyes, this collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in the shade Porcelain number 2, I believe. And then for the rest of the face, obviously it's not going to be complete, like full face, but it's going to be on a lot of areas of the face, is the Primark PS Full Coverage Concealer in the shade, I think this one is in Sand, I believe. I will put a little bit less under the eyes too, so it stops it from looking too bright. So I just tend to start out with the lighter one, which is running out. This concealer is so good, even though it's so cheap. But everyone and their mum has this. So I just literally do like it all over the place. And I tend to highlight with the lighter concealer too to make the face look less one-dimensional. So yeah, I love the brightening effect of this. And just applying it underneath the eyes, on the eyelids, to act as a base, down the bridge of my nose, cupid's bow, chin, and in the middle of the eyebrows. Oh, I'm all over the show here. And then for the darker one, which is this one, I'm just gonna apply it under my cheeks because that tends to go red. So I like to kind of give that bit more coverage. I'm just gonna, this one's done too. I need to get new makeup, guys, I really do. Haul coming up. Pending. Like people tend to say something's pending. Well, a makeup haul, and yeah, is pending. Lip fillers are pending. Okay, I can't even focus. Right, lip fillers are pending. Botox is pending. Everything's pending. Right, I'm just gonna apply a blend. If you haven't noticed by now, I have ADHD, so I'm just gonna blend this in with my sponge. Brookelynne, please control your ADHD, love. Not everyone wants to watch a video where you're just rambling and making a fool of yourself instead of explaining what you're actually doing. Unless people don't really care, then that's cool, but maybe they do, maybe they don't. Who really knows? But I'm just gonna beat my face with this pretty much. And I like to leave the under eyes till the last because I like to kind of let my concealer set there a bit longer just to create fuller coverage, because I tend to have like dark circles underneath there and they're blue, and I like to kind of give them a better chance as much as I possibly can. And normally, which I'm doing now, I'm gonna go in with a second coat of concealer, just a little touch, just when it is so running down, just for them really stubborn dark circles. And I'm gonna take a dab of the darker one so it isn't too bright, because I remember 6 years ago I used to do my concealer white under the eyes with powder. I used to use powder foundation back in the day. I should get back into that because it was so quick and easy. But I'm used to put like almost like a white, it looked white compared to my tan, concealer and powder foundation under the eyes, and then I'll go in with like a normal skin tone concealer for the rest of the face and powder foundation. I would only lightly blend the two in together, but it was obviously white under there. It looked off, it really did. So when I do use a lighter, obviously I still do use a lighter concealer for underneath the eyes because I still like that brightening effect, but I've toned down that look a little bit while keeping it bright but not too white, if it makes sense. The only thing white on me should be my platinum blonde hair. Just saying. Like my under eyes don't need to be that white. Well, you could say my eyeshadow, I like white eyeshadow, so that should be my hair, platinum blonde hair, and my eyeshadow. Or if I decide to wear something white in my outfit, then that. Even my skin should be a bit darker than what it actually is. That's why I wear tan. And I'm just talking shit now, so yeah. Powder. And I'm going to be using this wee setting brush by Blank Canvas for underneath the eyes. Banana Dreams powder by W7 is the best banana powder I've found on the drugstore. It's so cheap. Mine's just running low. Like I said, makeup haul pending. So I'm just going to use some of the powder in this set and pray to God that I don't have any creasing on the eyelids. My eyelids tend to crease like crazy. I see girls who are doing their makeup and leave their eyelids with concealer or primer underneath them for so long, and I'm just like, please set that, please set that. If that was me, I wouldn't get away with that. Or maybe they don't get away with it and they don't really care, but or they do, they're lucky enough to get away with it. Me, if I left my concealer like on set on my eyelids, hun, there would be crease everywhere, crease city. It would just look patchy as hell. So I always have to almost immediately set that area or I make a mess, hot mess. Doesn't help that I'm getting older too, so this is gonna be fun. Told you, plastic surgery as well, pending. Okay, I have to stop being hyper. So, using my broken Ellison's face brush, which I've had for years, just gonna set the rest of my face. I love setting my face with a banana powder because I find it just gives my face that brightness and that warmth. Like, just matches my face tan, matches my whole look, my makeup too. Like, it's warm but it's not too warm. It's not going to be orange or anything. Banana powder, just if the foundation's a bit too dark, it kind of balances out a little bit, which is what you want and what I want. If I find, oh, that foundation's a bit too dark for my tan, banana powder just literally sorts that out a good bit. That and a bit of lighter concealer sorts that out, which is amazing. The power of makeup, eh? Just setting everywhere. I like to kind of pat my face with the powder instead of swiping. Swiping will take off product. Patting it in is going to set that makeup in place. I have to do that. Where swiping is going to remove. So, but obviously underneath here to kind of just do a light dusting. But once the whole face is set, I like to kind of lightly swirl to get rid of excess powder. Like that. So that's that all set, and hopefully it looks nice and even. It does, it looks nice in place of that anyway. The only thing is when you're blonde, it's tide marks around the hairline is the most annoying thing ever. So yeah, I'm just fixing that. On the bronzer now, I'm just going to use my beloved NYX Buttermelt bronzer in the shade 05. This one is Butta Biscuit. I mean, it's amazing. And this bronzer brush, this is the Bare Minerals Flawless Face Brush. It's one of the old style ones. I stole this off of mum like 6 years ago and she hasn't got it back. And if you're watching this, mum, you're not getting it back because I love this brush so much. It's the best bronzing brush ever. Sorry, but you have loads. I'm a bitch. But that's what it looks like. So it's well loved. I've used the crap out of that, as you can see. So just basically swirl. Like dig my brush in, not the swirl, not like a light swirl. It's digging that brush in to get product on. Tap off the excess. Start with the cheekbone and then side to the forehead to slim down that big ass forehead I have. I'm doing like a wee free motion. And then I'm just gonna dig my brush in again. So easy. Sometimes I like to tap the bronzer into my skin too. This brush makes applying bronzer and almost sculpting your face too be so easy. Like that. And I like to kind of take just to really work. So across the cheeks here, down here, here, then obviously a big load of it to contract double chin out. And blend it down the neck because you don't want a tide mark. So yes, I'm just going to do the other side of that. So I'm just going to check how I am looking. In place of that, I'm going to add a touch more bronzer because your girl likes a tan. I think that's enough, Brookelynne. As you can see, that bronzer just blends out lovely. What I'm going to do on my forehead is take excess powder on this brush and just kind of go over it slightly to blend. Because I always have trouble trying to blend in my forehead bronzer because it can easily get patchy on my forehead. So taking your powder brush and going over your forehead after you've contoured and bronzed your forehead makes it seamless. Trust me, try it and you'll love it. So once that bronzer nose on, I am gonna just get my blush, which I have to lift. So I've got my blush, which you may be bored if you watch my makeup tutorials. I tend to reuse a lot of the same stuff. When I find something I like, I kind of use it, even though I've got a lot more makeup in my collection. So this blush I've had in my collection for 4 years. It is an oldie but a goodie. It is the XxRevolution blush in Cynic, not Cynic, Cynic. It's a beautiful corally orangey red. It almost looks like that trending red blush. It kind of has a vibe to it, but slightly more coral. I love it. I just use my beloved unicorn blush brush, which I've had for years. Just taking a few taps because it is quite pigmented. Just gonna apply it on the apples and cheeks as you do. And look how beautiful that looks. It just looks absolutely stunning. Like, this is one of my favourite blushes ever. It just looks like bold but also natural. Obviously one there like that looks natural, but I'm going to go in with a slight bit more, or should I? Just one tap more to give me more colour. Like, look at that. Like, I love that colour. Now, if I'm really in a rush in the morning, I tend to skip blush and highlight. Sometimes I just skip blush and add a little bit of highlight, but because I'm doing my kind of quick, what I would put my face all over my face on my quick look if I have time to do it all. I am including the highlighter and the blush. So highlighter, I'm using my Makeup Obsession Mega Honey highlighter. I've had this for years too. Yeah, I've got so much makeup, guys, and I'm not about to buy loads and loads for new stuff. I should be using stuff that I haven't used in a while, definitely, but people are going to say, oh, I've seen that too many times on your channel. Clear off, because if I got so much more makeup, my house would be coming down with makeup, and no, like, I'm not going to get through it all, so I'll just use things like, and if I see something new like, I will get it. But that's what it looks like. It's proper, like, the packaging's broken off and everything, but I'm using my unicorn highlight brush to apply some. It's a beautiful kind of honey champagne colour. I love it. It reminds me of the Laura Geller baked highlighter in Gilded Honey. That one everyone used to love on YouTube years ago. And I'm going to take some of this onto my eyelids. And my husband's came in the door, as you can tell. Just applying some with my fingers to the brow bone and the inner corners. Like that. I tend to do that on a quick everyday look. Just flick some highlight with the same brush on the eyelids, and it looks more effortlessly put together. Like, I love a glowy lid. And it stops. And bonus, it stops your eyeliner and mascara from transferring on your lid because you have that extra powder of protection. You're welcome. I'm going to shut that door because everyone's coming into my house. Every Tom, Dick and Harry. Why? But I have to ask myself, if you didn't just do a voiceover, you would have had this makeup done and dusted and you wouldn't have to deal with these problems. But your girl doesn't think before she actually acts. So, yeah. I keep on thinking I look really, like, not right. I look like I've got, like, a really tan face there and white hair. Yeah, please. How's Nobby?
Good. He enjoyed himself.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear
Chris is
that.
playing with him now.
Oh, was I? I'm just doing a video. Okay, so for my eyebrows, for a quick out the door, this works especially if I have my eyebrows freshly plucked and tinted, which I do not actually need to do my eyebrows straight in the night, so I should. But I am using, come on Brooklyn, before you apply it to your eyebrows, show everyone. This is the W7 Lift and Tint Brow Gel in the shade Brunette. I love this stuff. It reminds me of, obviously it's a dupe of the NYX Fix Stick. Obviously it is, because you can't get around that. But the brush is slightly smaller and better, but that's the brush side, which is similar to the Benefit Gimme Brow, maybe a tiny bit bigger. So I'm just going to flick this through my eyebrows, just to give them some shape. And this is perfect for like a quick look, because it just gives you that undone, slightly just tinted, slightly filled in eyebrow look. Don't have to worry about being too precise, even though I am, because I'm a perfectionist. But I'm just kind of using the big side here lengthwise to flick it through. Yes, I'm glad the brush is smaller than the next one. Do I wish it was even smaller? I do, yes. Just using both sides of the brush to get the shape I want. So that's one like almost done, but I do like to kind of go in and perfect it. Just what I'm doing is just more flicking through, and then just taking that wee end of the brush is so handy for getting them like smaller, more like fussier parts of your eyebrows to really kind of help define them. I've made that too straight across, I think. And I'll just fix that there. So, yeah. The good thing about this, you can just build it, which I'm going to just do a really light build of this onto each eyebrow. So because I don't have my eyebrows freshly done, it is taking me longer to get a good shape with it. But when my eyebrows are like just freshly like done, it's literally so easy. So probably doesn't look perfect, like it just, and obviously it would take me a lot less time if I wasn't such a fussy biatch, but that's what that one looks like when it's done. The other one I'm just gonna do a light. So what I do if I find like I'm not too happy with my eyebrows, which today I just find because my eyebrows haven't been tinted and plucked in a while, I'm just going to grab my highlighter, which is put away. I'm going to grab it now and put some highlight underneath my eyebrows to kind of even this out. So I'm just literally taking my finger and then I'm going to just apply some. As you can see, that does sort that out now. I'm sorry, here dogs out, they're not my dogs. I let up in a built up area, so I can't really help, but other people's dogs are like barking like mad. So it just fixes them a wee bit and makes them look a bit more nicer. So.
Hi, go, Brooke.
Oh, thank you, Nar. How's No?
I think he's doing okay.
Hi, Chris!
Hi!
What are you doing? So I've got so I've got my eyebrows and them fixed up. I'm gonna put some eyeliner on. Now normally if I'm in a rush I just tend to reach for one eyeliner. I don't do any eyeshadow or anything. So I'm using my Mrs. Glam pencil eyeliner. I think this is in the shade dark brown. I will have to have a look to see what the proper name is because this one's well loved and it's been well used. I got it in a Christmas gift set by my bestie. Got me this, and I've been using it like a lot of the days I've been wearing makeup. So I'm just going to do a simple line at the top of my lash line just to help thicken out my lashes and give me some shape to my eyes. I'm trying not to do it too thick or too harsh. Just want to give just a little bit of something there because this girl needs something. Then underneath, I don't tend to do the waterline because I find I want to create like a bigger eye look, so I'll do the bottom lash line. As you can see, the waterline's left out blank. Just do underneath where my bottom lashes are, just to create like more of a bigger eye effect. And I find if I do the waterline, I find that does wear off easier. Whereas if I just do the lower lash line, it stays on and it gives me a prettier effect, I find. Doesn't smudge as easy, just looks just nice and put together throughout the whole day. Like look at the difference that's made in my eyes like it makes my eyes look much bigger than what they actually are, which I love. So the eyeliner's on. I'm gonna just put some mascara on. I'm using this Revolution Wispify mascara in black. I'm gonna need to get some new mascaras, but I've got a few in my collection, but I need to get some new ones so I'm not using them for months and months on end, because this one I just opened up a couple of months ago, so it's still okay to use. But I have a W7 one. It's what's it called again? It's that dupe of the Benefit Ruler Lash. I've opened it in October and it's May, so I'm not using that on my eyes. I also have a rule. I'm just gonna wiggle this, like how you really apply mascara, like just flick it through your eyelashes. But I have a rule with mascaras that after 6 months I won't touch them with my eyes. Because yeah, you're meant to, like, say every 3 to 6 months you're meant to throw them out. I just kind of stretched to 6 months because yeah, it's still safe to keep them for 6 months and you're getting your fur use out of them. Just gonna use this mascara to apply it to the backs of lashes to create that more uniform look, so it isn't like white on top of the lashes and black at the bottom. Well, at the bottom, you mean like the part you actually see, so it just looks more like uniform. And I'm gonna wiggle that through and flick it through. But yeah, with mascaras I never keep them past 6 months, and especially because I do have a visual impairment, so I don't want to damage my eyes further. And you have to look after your body, look after yourself. So yeah, with eyeshadow and everything, and I tend to keep them for years and years because they don't tend to go off. Obviously I wouldn't use an eyeshadow I've held in my collection for like 10 years. No, there's a certain cut off point to that too, but I'm gonna use this on the other eye. And just do the bottom lashes. I forgot to do the other eye of the bottom lashes, so it's gonna do that too. Okay, so that's my mascara done. For rushing out the door everyday quick look, just choose one coat of mascara. It does take me one of the longest steps is mascara, because I like to be fussy with my lashes and make them look decent and out there. But if I really was in a rush, I would just do a few quick flicks of mascara and that'll be me. But I'm going to grab my lipstick and do that. So for lipstick, I like to use different shades, several different shades of lipstick, liquid lipstick, lip gloss on a day-to-day basis. I don't have like a go-to every single day that I wear this. I change up. But I know people have seen me wear this lip kit by Kylie. I'm using this liquid lipstick. People are probably fed up with me using these colours and all, but I gravitate towards corals, pinks, oranges. I do like nudes too, but I find since I went back bleach blonde, obviously bleach blonde and like dark underneath, I've been wearing more like bright colours, and because it is summertime I'm wearing less nudes. But normally if I wanted to look really no makeup look, which this actually doesn't look that much no makeup because I'm incapable of doing that, just saying, but it is the most natural look you'll catch me wearing. Now if it was in a rush, it would skip eyeliner, so it does change throughout what day I'm doing this on, but I'm just showing you like the full look, like a typical look. So this is the Kylie liquid lipstick in the shade Party Girl. I love this coral colour. It's like a classic coral colour, like I said before. It's beautiful and I love the doe foot applicator on it. I'm just gonna apply it on my lips. And these last decently too. I just like the overline lips too, because I need to get them done as well. And these applicators are so handy for overlining your lips too, because they have that point to them. They're just so precise. I'm gonna add some more of the liquid lipstick just to give it a more opaque look. I'm a double dip type of girl. And then what I do to stop it from going on my teeth, do that so it collects on my thumb so it doesn't go over my teeth. I'm going to check that now. Nope. And that's what it looks like. That's the completed look. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you again for the next video. Stay gorgeous. God bless. Bye.